Hey, it's Brett and Coach here with another day here in Croatia. Got a little bit of a late start since it's already 2 p.m. and I'm really only getting up now between our walk home last night that got us home around 1:30 or so. And this morning I woke up a little under the weather, so we're off to get some sunscreen and hopefully some cough drops or something similar to help with a sore throat. I know that here in Croatia, a lot of the stuff you have to go to like a specialized pharmacy or a specialized store to get anything medical related. So hopefully this little drugstore, makeup store has something for me.
So we went and first looked for sunscreen, which we were definitely running low on. But the only thing I could really find for cold medicine was cough drops.
With this little hotel room, this Airbnb, we've had zero contact with the host just because we booked it through our airline instead of booking it through directly like whatever app Croatia would use. So we've had zero contact, and with that we've washed our own towels in the washing machine, and we had to go buy our own toilet paper just because we only had like 2 small rolls, and then the next day it shows up, even though tomorrow's our last day. So I don't know what karmic event or life planning this is, but this is kind of funny that it now shows up after we put in all this work and money to find toilet paper, to figure out the washing machine, spend the money on detergent and more toilet paper just to have it show up. So, I mean, I'll take a fresh towel. So if anyone knows what we should do with 7 rolls of spare toilet paper we just bought, let me know in the comments below, because I don't know if we're taking them with us or just leaving them here. And with these, I don't think they're like medicated like a normal American cough drop would be, but it's honey flavored, so it's better than nothing. Between this and like the Tylenol I took, I feel hopefully decent enough to go really venture out and get some tourist things in today. Words get hard when you have a cough drop in your mouth.
And since we had a late start, we went back to the same chain bakery.
Sir, what are you doing in the fountain? I don't think that's for you.
First up was a savory pastry with a hot dog and some cheese. I would probably give this a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I also got a peach and hibiscus tea, which was much better than the passion fruit. I also got this cheese-filled pastry. It wasn't my favorite. I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 10. But the star of the show was this blueberry and cream pastry, which was very delicious. Probably the best thing I had from this bakery. Definitely an 8 out of 10.
And now that our late lunch is finished, we're off to the Peek and Poke Museum, which is an interactive old school computer and I believe video game museum. So that should be pretty exciting for us. The Cathedral of St. Vitus was not open for me the other day when I tried to go, but it looks like this door is open today, so let's stop in.
So glad the cathedral was open so we could take a step inside and look around. And St. Vitus is the patron saint of the city of Rijeka. It was first built in 1638 and then went through major renovations in 1725. It also features a portrait of St. Francis Xavier, the patron saint of tourists. But our next stop was then the Peek and Poke Museum, which had many different rooms featuring a bunch of different old school technologies, starting from information about World War II and how computers came to be, as well as a bunch of old school consoles and gaming systems, with every single edition here. Also a little section of Pac-Man, which I love playing Pac-Man. I didn't film myself playing, but this 16,000 score is the highest score I've ever done, which wasn't too far off from the high score. And hence the name of the museum. You can pick up any console and plug it in with an array of games at each. But then I watched Brian play a little bit of Mario. He's doing better than what I would have. Mario is not my game, unless it's Mario Galaxy. This museum definitely had a wide range of technology, to old school typewriters, to old school monitors, music, and everything in between. And vintage cameras, and stuff from space exploration. Plus, vintage soundboard technology, and plenty of records, and early Windows machines. and types of computers I've never even heard of.
I would definitely recommend checking out the Peek and Poke Museum here in Rijeka, especially if you love anything computer games, even music, cameras, video, like everything. It was really cool history, and the guy like running or owning the whole thing was super nice, offered us water multiple times, coffee. He even was like offering us Jägermeister to drink. Like, really passionate guy about his little museum. So if you have any interest in that and are ever in the area, take an hour, hour and a half, play some games, look around. Get some cute little tickets as well. It's only €7, which pocket change at that point, and it's a good way just to spend some time, and it's inside, which is very important, especially if you're here in the summer.
After done peeking and poking, we did a little shopping as well, which we stopped at this New Yorker store, even though we're Americans.
Alright, I changed, showered, now we're off to dinner, but I would definitely call that a successful shopping day, considering I got 4 different pieces of clothing for about €40, so about $10 each. I'm not complaining about that, and all of them were on clearance of some sort, so definitely a win. We are wandering back into the city center, and hopefully we have a restaurant picked out. We have a couple in that area, and we're going to check out the vibes of everything and see which one we like the best, just because a lot of them don't really have the menus posted online as well. So we're going to take a peek at those and go from there. Something that I noticed that Rijeka, probably all of Croatia, has a lot of are these weird brutalist sculptures that I think a lot of them relate to like World War II and the industrial era, but there's a lot of just big iron sculptures of people holding random pieces of military equipment. It's kind of interesting. I think that one's specifically something about the rail yard, so the industrial movement. But other than that, again, I don't read Croatian.
And for dinner, we decided to stop at El Rio Kitchen and Bar, which we sat inside, which had beautiful brickwork. I opted for a Havana Mule, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and Brian opted for a beer. Then they had this interesting PB&J burger on the menu. It quickly came, and it also had these delicious potatoes. It had bacon jam and a peanut butter spread on the bottom, while Brian got a steak sandwich. And I think Brian's steak sandwich was better than my burger.
If you're ever in Rijeka, go here for ice cream. It is so good.
And this is white chocolate with a scoop of hazelnut as well.
We made good choices. All 4 flavors we got are really good, and the portion sizes are huge. I'm so full after burger, fries, ice cream, but now it is time for beer. I can do this.
Where we visited Griff, which has over 40 different taps of different beers we could try.
I'm so full, but still going. I will say, Croatia's weather, as soon as the sun sets, is perfect for nighttime. Not too hot, not cold, just a nice in-between. You can be comfortable, you get a break from the heat, and it's just the correct amount of humidity that it's tropical, but you aren't dripping in sweat. But before that sun sets, it's rough. But also, besides one singular, very aesthetic 45-minute thunderstorm midday, we barely even see a cloud in the sky here. It has been very blue the entire time, which makes vacation a lot nicer than constant rain.
Hopefully either later tonight or maybe even tomorrow I can do a little bit of a snack haul for you and a little bit of ranking system with that as well.
Yeah, my stomach is just so full between dinner, the ice cream, a beer. Snacks do not seem ideal right now. I am not hungry in the slightest. What I can do is give you a couple of my must-have essentials when it comes on vacation. First of all, My phone battery, especially when on foreign data and when I'm filming, I usually have my brightness up, a battery. It's easy as that. It's flat, slides right into my pocket. I have a cord for it, and I can charge my phone about 3 to 4 times on it before I have to recharge it. So it definitely helps me have my phone last me through the day. Secondly, especially today, based on how I'm feeling, some sort of medical kit. I just threw a bunch of different random medications still in their little wrappers in a Tylenol bottle with a handful of Tylenol left in it. It definitely made today a lot more bearable than without it, even though it does feel like my head is going to explode between the sinus pressure and just the heat and the humidity. Something that I bring to every vacation outside the US is some sort of coin purse. My friend Ty actually suggested this to me because he has gone to Japan multiple times, and last summer when I went to Japan, he said go to a vending machine in Japan or a store and grab something to hold your coins in. Japan uses coins for almost everything, a lot of cash, and for Copenhagen, as well as here in Rijeka, I have a lot of coins. I probably have like 6 or 7 euros worth of just random coins that I keep on me, just because in case I do try to pay with a bigger bill and they can't make change, or I can make sure I just get full bills back. I can dig right in here and not have a problem, as well as finding a vending machine, needing to get a snack. If I have to pay for transportation, I don't have to figure out if the machines take bills. I can throw in as many coins as I need, and I'll be set. So always make sure you have a localized place for your coins. I just throw this either in my backpack or my pocket, so I'm not sitting there trying to find coins for 10 minutes so I can get on the train or something. Just put them all in one place.
So when I say I have a lot of coins, especially from this trip in euros, that's even been using them.
So in total, I have 11 euro and 32 cents. I usually try to spend a good amount of these coins. Usually I do try to keep one of each kind, and then I throw them in a little bowl back at my home, and it just has a bunch of coins from a bunch of different locations around the world. Also, I try to keep 2 equivalent of $5 bills. Sooner or later, I'm going to get like a giant frame and put them all in there framed nicely. I think I have 3 or 4 different countries that I'm doing that with, excluding the United States currently. I've only started doing that, so don't have all the countries I've been to, but I'm definitely planning to get a lot more. Also, something that I wish I brought for this trip that I just didn't think of while packing was some sort of day bag. Like one of those drawstring bags that you can just throw over your shoulders, or like a crossbody, something quick and small, just so you have something to carry around, or if you do make a purchase, you don't have to sit there and buy a bag each time. Luckily, we did buy a couple nicer bags at the local convenience store, and we just keep rolling those up and reusing those, but definitely something a little bit more sturdier that isn't as annoying to carry as these little plastic handles. So definitely bring some sort of day bag, to-go bag, something like that on your trips, just so you can kind of save the plastic use as well.
I am going to wrap up my vlog here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Tomorrow will be my last full day in Croatia, and then we have to fly back out. I hope everyone has a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Signing off.